Welcome back. Well, the question of what back to school will look like has been a hot topic nationally and locally, with plans changing by the day. So here to tell us what it's going to look like at USCB this fall is Angela Simmons. She's the Vice Chancellor for Student Development. So I guess first things first, when does USCB start and what are kind of the options that students have this fall?
So we begin classes on August 20th, and there's a couple of different options that students have for taking classes. So students can take classes traditional face-to-face, so they can come into class and be with the professor and students in class. And then they also have the option, the opposite of that, taking 100% online courses. And so what that would look like is that sometimes students may meet all online, sometimes students may meet in class, and then sometimes like at the same time when the class is meeting, and sometimes they may do their work at another time. And then there's also something that's called high flex. And what that means is that it's kind of a face-to-face online hybrid. And so sometimes students would go into the classroom, and then at other times they would do their courses online. So there's kind of three options for students in terms of taking their courses.
And so if a student does opt to take at least some of their courses in person, what has USCB done to implement the CDC and the DHEC guidelines to help reduce, obviously, the spread of the virus so we can get our numbers down?
So there's tons of things, but there's three things that we're really focusing on that we want to talk with our students and our employees about. The first is our face mask policy. So making sure that our students and our employees are wearing face masks in all public spaces, indoor public spaces, and also in outdoor spaces when social distancing isn't possible. So our face mask policy is the first thing. Our second thing is our social distancing, things that we've done to make sure that our students and our employees can social distance, and those range anywhere from changing our classroom occupancy. We're actually at 30% occupancy to make sure that we can maintain the 6-foot distance between people. And then we have done some things in terms of signage, so students will know where to sit, where not to sit. We have also done some things in terms of traffic flows, so people will know where they can walk, where they shouldn't walk. We have changed our dining facilities to accommodate social distancing, and also changed our dining facilities to implement safety precautions and cleaning for our dining facilities, as well as all of our spaces on campus. We have daily screening protocols for students and employees. We have training that all of our students and our employees have to take. We have given health kits to our students and our employees, which include 2 face masks and hand sanitizer, and also a germ key. We have a quarantine and isolation protocol for our students who perhaps can't go home to isolate, and so we have some spaces that we have set aside on campus. We don't have health services on campus, but we have also have an agreement with BMH to provide some health service and testing for our students on campus, including a telehealth kiosk. And one of the biggest things for us is that we have a public health response team that really is looking at our contact tracing, how we're doing our student wellness check-ins, what we're doing for quarantine and isolation, those kinds of things. So lots of things to make sure that we're implementing the CDC and DHEC guidelines.
Really a lot of things. That's very impressive. You've got a lot of stuff in place, which is really good to know. I'm sure that gives a lot of people a lot of peace of mind. So you touched on it a little bit, but obviously there's more to USCB than just going to class, and that is because some people do live on campus. So you've touched on that a little bit, but how is it going to be different for them on campus as for student life this semester?
Yeah. What we want our students to know is that even though things may look differently than they have in the past, we still want our students to have a co-curricular experience. We still want them to come here and grow and learn and become the best version of themselves, and we want them to meet friends and make memories. And so we're doing some things to make sure that that still happens. And so part of that is about our student support. So we're still offering support services to students, from tutoring to counseling to career services, and we're making sure that we're providing that face-to-face as well as virtually for our students.
Well, Angela, thank you for being with us. It sounds like you guys really have a handle on this situation, and thank you for everything you're doing to keep the kids safe. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you to my guests for sharing their insights. Gustavo Ratia, Jeremy Pope, Latia Nelson, and Wayne Morris are behind the scenes to make all of this possible. And of course, we are honored that you have chosen to share a part of your day with us. We wish you all the best until we meet again for the next Bluffton News.